I'll never be an Alex.
If you like Alex Hormozi, then this video is for you. You guys probably know he owns a company called Gym Launch, but who is the CEO of that company? His name is Cale Owen, and I sat down with him today to talk about all the wonderful things that they're doing at Gym Launch. This is a banger interview, and I'm going to leave it unedited. I'll see you guys in the interview. Peace out.
Welcome back to another episode, everybody. I am so glad to have you. Cale, you are such an inspiration for everything that you're doing at, Gym Launch and everything that you're doing with Alex and Layla. It's insane. I mean, at 20 years old, I didn't think I was going to get to this point, but I have to thank you for most of everything that
Dude, I'm
I've
super
achieved.
honored and humbled. I'm a nobody in all of this, so I appreciate that. I genuinely appreciate that, and really, it's you that has to put in the work. So whatever you've achieved is all on you, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I look at somebody like you, and it's not just like, oh my gosh, he's incredible, but it's like, how can I do something similar? And the fact that Alex makes such a big, important piece in the brand thing, and I think that you really did an incredible job slipping into that. Maybe it's a little bit of Alex, but I watch all your content. I'm constantly consuming, and I think your advice is really, really good. I do want to start though. What is it like? You're in Gym Launch and Prestige Labs, and you're the CEO. I don't know. Do you feel like a second guy, or do you feel like you're doing your own thing and you're in your lane?
Yeah, that's a great question. It's very hard. I realized very quickly that I couldn't be another Alex. Like, there's no way. There's one Alex Hormozi, and it's not my job to try to be that. And if I was going to do that, I would fail the team and the business and myself. So I had a long conversation with Layla at one point, and I just opened up to her and I was like, and she told me, she's like, you don't need to be Alex. And I was like, I know, I've been trying to be Alex. I'm not going to be. I'm going to be Cale, and I'm going to be who I am, and I'm going to be the CEO that the business needs. Which means that I still have to adapt. I still have to learn. It doesn't mean I fall back on like who I am. I always have to adapt, learn, become better, but I need to be the CEO that the business needs. I don't need to be another Alex. And it's difficult for sure, because like Alex is one of my closest friends and I have the utmost respect for him. I'll never be an Alex by any means, but the business doesn't need an Alex right now.
Yeah.
So which is really cool, it means it's just at a different stage. Like, we've already built up, we're growing. Now we need steady growth. We don't need hockey stick growth. We don't need anything crazy. I wouldn't say no to hockey stick growth, but like, we don't need it right now.
What do you think that you have that Alex is missing?
That's a great question. I think from my standpoint, I have a little bit more. The difference in us is he's the genius on the visionary of like monetizing, making offers, writing, creativity. He's amazing on camera, content, all that stuff. And while I'm trying to get better at all of those, I would say where my strengths lie are a little bit more in the process with the teams and getting our teams bought in, just like he does. He gets a ton of buy-in, but I think it's the next step after, where it's working with all the departments together, and creating a more, I should say, balanced view within the entire portfolio of companies. Sometimes it can be very easy with Alex because he has this really cool, amazing idea, and like we all want to go towards it, but it can cause problems if we already have other projects moving forward, where people drop those to move this one thing forward, right? And so for me, I've taken a little bit more of a conservative view on things, understanding at the holistic level that I can't just tell my team to drop everything. We need to do this one thing, unless it's an emergency and everything's burning down. But we're not in that position.
When Alex comes in with an awesome idea, and you're like, it's the shiny object syndrome, like Red Dress he always talks about. Are you like, how do you make sure that you're in like the same position? You're like, this is going to be the thing that we're doing. We can't stray focus even at the highest level possible.
Yeah, that's a great question. The thing that I have to go back to is I have to look at the team that we have and the resources that we have. And then I have to be like, okay, is this the best opportunity right now based on everything else we're doing? Because at any point in time, we'll have 5 to 7 different initiatives going across all departments.
Yeah.
Right. To improve the business, to get more leads, to close more deals, to improve the customer experience, to increase LTV, like all these different things, right?
Yeah.
To improve efficiencies in operations, all that stuff. And so if I do this, is it going to take all those resources, or half of those resources, a quarter of those resources? What are the resources going to take? And is the ROI on that time and attention worth more than what we're doing right now? And if it's not, then we're going to keep doing what we're doing.
How do you bring that down to like a beginning level entrepreneur who is just in the game? Like, Alex's audience is just getting started, who has to sit there, crank the dial every day and just do his thing or her thing and not get distracted with friends, family. Like, how do you just block out the noise,
it's reasonable for anyone to believe when they're first starting that they're not going to be good at something, or that they're going to be embarrassed, or they're going to suck because they've never done it.
Yeah.
So switching the mindset from, oh, this is really hard, to, oh, this is just part of the process.
Okay. I was waiting for the comma, but like
like it's just it. Yes, it's all going to be hard, but it's part of the process. It's how we learn. So if I need to go make content, this is my business, I'm trying to build a brand, then I know that this is the most important thing that I need to do, then that should be the first thing that I do every single day.
Yeah.
That's the first thing, because if that is the most important thing, then I need to do that every single day. And then I need to do the second most important thing after that. I need to create a schedule and manage my attention in a way that will serve myself and the business the best.
I love that. So when you start in entrepreneurship, I like you made a video, and I was really like digging it. It's like the first 3 things that you should do as an entrepreneur, like getting in. And the first thing is probably, learn how to influence, maybe sell at like a pretty decent level. And then you're moving through that. And what is the first benchmark that they need to hit to realize, okay, I'm ready for the next thing?
Does this person have a job, or are they starting their own business?
I would say that they have pressure from their family, go get a job, otherwise like we're kicking you out type of thing, or they may have a job and they're just kind of stressed out.
Yeah, for sure. So there's a couple of caveats to this. Number one is, if you have zero idea what you want to do and try to test, go get a job. Like, that's why my suggestion. The reason why is because the job is going to pay the bills to give you the time to figure out what you even want to test and what you even want to dabble in. So if you're like, there's so many opportunities, like I've got e-commerce, I've got sales, I've got anything in AI right now. I could go in and learn how to code, and I could just start doing dev work. There's all these different things that I could do. In e-commerce, you've got supplements, apparel, courses, you name it. Like, you've got all these different things that you can do. You've got people editing. I get hit up every single day for reels, to edit my reels. And I'm like, I already got a team. Like, we're good. So there's a million different ways you can do it. And if you have no idea where you want to start and you don't have a good skill set, what you need to do is go get a job to pay the bills, cover it, give yourself a cushion, and then spend all of your other time learning and then applying that knowledge by doing the thing. And do it for free first. Just do it for free, because you suck at it. If you're just starting, right, you suck at it. So you might as well do it for free and then get feedback, do it better, and then just continue to learn. That's the process. It's just get better at one thing every single time you do it.
I think that Alex came into my life at the right spot. I remember I was sitting on my my Porsche with a bunch of entrepreneurs. We're talking. Someone came up to me and was like, "You need to read this book. It's $100 million offers, and they're selling on Amazon. It's free." I was like, "It's free?" Well, it was like 99 cents for Kindle or whatever. And I was like, "Sure." And it was just like, from that moment forward, like I was a entrepreneur, just reading books. Like, I have books all over my room, and just doing all these scattered things. Like every business you listed off, I've put my face into at some degree at some point in time, and it just goes nowhere. And then Alex's advice is just so real and driven. And then I watch your stuff, and it's even more to the point. And finally I'm getting results, but it's because like I haven't stopped doing the same thing for years at a time. And it's, people can't see that. It's
well,
yeah. How do you,
Can I say something real quick? Every single one of those things is for the audience. Every single one of those things that you tried could have been successful. The problem is you gave up too early or jumped to a different idea because it was a shiny object, I'm assuming.
No, for sure.
Because if you had the skill set right now that you have and you then dumped it back into that opportunity, I bet that it would be successful.
Yeah. We started when I was 17, we started a cryptocurrency. In 3 days, the market cap of the currency was $5 million. And we literally had no idea what to do. We were having investors pour money into it. And one of the founders just grabbed all the money and just ran with it. And we just were like, okay, well, I guess we lose now. So we give up, and then we shut it down. And we could have buckled down and kept going. But yeah, I agree with you. There was not enough time, attention, and we just saw the next thing and was like, okay, this is probably better option. So a lot of people that I talk to in my community are always like, well, what's the best thing to get into? What makes the most money? And what you just said is anything works. Anything makes money. It's the thing that you choose. Go into that a little more.
Dude, there's a company that sold. There's a guy he was a COO or CEO of 1-800-GOT-JUNK, right? Yeah. And that's a massive company. And like, he's worth, I think, 1 or 2, maybe $3 billion.
Yeah.
And he helped build a business that got junk out of people's yards. Talk about boring and terrible. there's lots of boring businesses that make a ton of money. The thing that we need to switch is the mindset of like, what it's not the vehicle or the opportunity that's going to make me money. It's what are the skill sets that are going to make me money?
Yeah.
That's the switch. What instead of the opportunity, what's the skills that I need to make money? And the skills that I need to make money in anything are going to be, I need to be able to influence people, because if you want to make the most amount of money, you need to be the person that can then lead the people, because that skill set is really, really rare. And if you have that, you are now immediately, your value in the marketplace increases. So can I lead people? Meaning I need to be able to influence. I need to be able to make money. I need to be able to make offers. I need to know marketing. I need to know how to sell. I need to know how to talk to people. I need to understand body language. I need to have good, like high EQ. Like all these things are things that are transferable into any type of business that you can learn. You need to understand how to read. You need to understand data. So financial data. Do you need to understand how to read a balance sheet, an income statement? Cash flow statements. Like you need to understand all of these things that goes into it. Understand the difference between EBITDA and net profit. Like you need to understand like all these small things that I think a lot of people just overlook because they're like, let me just make money. And then let me just go to the thing that's going to make me the most amount of money. When it's like, you may just hate that, number one.
Yeah.
Number two, that might not be the best vehicle for you. And if we just switch that from what's going to make me the most money to what skill is going to serve me best long term, then just do that, because then it's unreasonable that you're not going to be successful in whatever you want.
It's dead accurate. When I took a semester and started going, I've been to 2 colleges and I've tried to do the college thing with business. The best thing that I've learned from it was accounting. Like I took 2 accounting classes and was diving into that. And at the time I'm like, well, this sucks. But what I learned, like you said, I can read financial statements, income, P&L statements. I can read cash flow statements. I can do debits and credits, which is such a simple thing. Like I can open up QuickBooks and understand what I'm doing. And that skill would not exist if I never went to school and did it. I'm not even, I don't recommend most people go to school if they're wanting to be entrepreneurs, but it is true. Like there are skills that we should be focusing on. And people are like, well, I'm just going to choose, AI because it's going to make me millions. And there's like the whole like hustler culture. So, okay, talk to me about your transition from what you were doing before into meeting Alex and becoming a part of this. Was this kind of like, did you know that this thing was going to be massive at that time? And when you like, talk to me about all that.
Yeah, no. So I was a gym owner. My gym was really struggling. This was back in 2017. I was like 8 weeks from shutting my doors. I had gotten a job a month before I signed up for Gym Launch. I'd gotten a job at a local agency as a sales guy, an account manager for them, just put food on the table. I was making no money from my gym. I had dabbled in online fitness training. This was the second gym I had. I was a minority partner in a previous gym, moved to start this gym. And I was like, okay, this is last ditch effort. I think like number 13 or 14 or 12 or whatever, somewhere in that range of people that signed up to join Gym Launch back in 2017. And I had no idea how big it was going to be. I just knew that it worked for me. And it completely changed my mindset, completely changed my business, completely changed my life and the trajectory of where we were going to go. And so we scaled it. And I didn't come on board to work with Gym Launch for another year. I still maintained my job because I knew at the end of the day, I joined Gym Launch to build a sellable asset.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to give it one last effort, and I knew I didn't want to be in it long term. So I wanted to learn. Again, this is the learning. I'm like addicted to learning. It's like I wanted to learn how to operate and build and scale a small business, because it's a small business. And so got to learn that, then joined Gym Launch as a sales guy in 2018, literally a year after, and then a little bit less, then became sales manager, then coaching manager, then GM, and then CEO.
That's amazing. Yeah, and even in that, there's a progression. You started as a gym owner, and like you've worked your way up to where you're at now. And some people see it's like, who is this guy? I've never seen him before. Like overnight success type thing, but it's not. Like there was parts where you're struggling, you didn't know what was going on, and you weren't even involved. And then eventually you became involved, and then there was a progression once you got involved.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the fitness industry now for 13 years. Yeah. So, like, it's not a ton. There's people that have been in longer, but like in it for 13 straight years now. And I understand it really, really well, which helps me, which is one of the reasons why I'm in this position right now.
Yeah. So I have a question for you specific to Gym Launch. I saw a video Alex Hormozi made a while ago about kind of like the strategy.
as to how you guys get like massive cash injections into businesses. Obviously,
Mhm.
there's the running the challenges, the 6 week, the 8 week, but something that I found like really, really cool and something that was like a paradigm shift for me is offering just like free memberships, but then you have to do like monthly supplement deal, which people are on supplements like crazy. Is that accurate? Is that actually a thing, or did I listen to Alex wrong? You
That
know,
one's not one that works. That's not one that offsets the cost based on the commission structure. If they sold really high ticket packages, it could. We do it as a way to offset CAC. And so if we tell like our clients when they use this and they sell products, whether it's supplements or something else, they sell products. The idea behind that is to pay for their marketing spend. So they get free leads,
yeah.
right? And so when they come in, they'll even though they're selling something at, let's say, a 6 week challenge, they paid $100 or $115 to acquire that customer. The customer comes in and puts down $5.99, so they're immediately profitable. But how can we make that 115 go away? Well, we can sell them a big stack of supplements that they're going to end up buying anyway at some point. So we could do that. And then with Prestige Labs, we have the highest commission rates in the industry. They're going to make enough to just pay for that acquisition cost. And so we're close to it.
Oh, okay.
Right. And so they can do that. Now, there's other ways you can do it that way, but you would need to have a really scalable model where you have a low price fitness service. Like this might work in a big box where someone's on a 4-pack of supplements and they get a free membership as long as they're on that 4-pack of supplements, because the cost, the commission that's earned by the gym won't be enough for like a large group training facility to cover that. They wouldn't make enough money.
Oh, but it works for Prestige Labs because you literally just owned the supply rather than, right? Or no?
Yeah, so for Prestige Labs on our side, we primarily work through affiliates. We do sell D2C a little bit, but our primary thing is through affiliates, which are our gym owners. And there's no downline, there's nothing like that. It's literally just direct to their consumers
Yeah.
and their clients. And so they can earn up to 40% commissions on something. And the average gym owner is making roughly $80 in commission on a 4-pack of supplements, which is the average thing that they sell. So
Yeah.
they get $80 in commission on that.
Okay. And that's just like your basic protein, creatine, pre-workout type.
Kind of, yeah. It's protein. So our main things are protein. Our highest sellers are protein, and then we have a pre-workout, which is no caffeine. We're not really big fans of caffeine, so we took the caffeine out. We have caffeine pills that you could take along with it, but it's not in the powder. We have a sleep aid, which is by far the best. It's called Sleep, basically. Sleep
Like
multiplier.
melatonin?
What's up?
Like melatonin or different?
It has a little bit, but what it does is instead of trying to knock you out, it helps you maximize the amount of sleep that you get. So like if you're only able to sleep 5 hours, you're going to feel like you slept like 8 or 9 hours. And
Oh,
we
sure.
have we have tons of clients use their Whoop and all the other sleep aids that they do to test their sleep when they're on it.
Yeah.
Every single one improves their sleep. Every single one. It's by far the best product that we have, hands down. I'm surprised it's not our top seller, but protein is just a big seller. And then we have some other fat burning stuff. We have a testosterone booster. We have like a whole bunch of different stuff available.
Okay, cool. So how do you take the model that Jim Launch is using? And I've tried to track this through like Alex's content and try to figure something out for myself because I'm in the marketing space, but just any business in general. How do you get that like cash injection up front? Is that really specific to the gym industry, or is it feasible to kind of like adapt it to anything that you're doing? You just have to like think creatively. And if so, what kind of things should people be thinking about in order to like kind of run these challenges, or not even challenges, but just opportunities to get cash injections in their business?
Yeah, cash injections that we run inside of gyms is a paid in full. So it's a paid in full offer to their current members. So there's no cost of acquisition to them. And they go to a small percentage of their members to ask for them to go ahead and pay in full for the rest of the year or for another year. And that locks them in, lowers churn, and they are able to acquire a bunch of cash and grab a bunch of cash. Now you could do this on the front end as well by offering, when someone comes in and purchases, then give them a paid in full discount for whatever your services are. So you can collect more cash up front by giving them a discount to pay in full. And you can even stack other types of add-on bonuses that don't cost you a ton. And it could be maybe a coaching call. It could be another month of service. It could be whatever it is. And to get them to pay in full if you need cash right away.
Okay. But the thing that you do at Gym Launch, trying to help run these challenges, that's not a cash injection. That's just running challenges.
No, that's our normal marketing. That's our normal marketing is what we do. They just collect a ton of cash because they're signing people up for $5.99 and they only paid $115, $125 to acquire them. So,
Okay. So how do you apply that mindset to any other type of business?
first, we need to understand what is the offer. What do my prospects or the people that I want to bring into my business, what do they value? And then I need to craft an offer around that. I mean, this book right behind me, right? $100 million offers, $100 million leads. But really, we need to understand what is an offer that's going to be valuable in the market. And the problem is most people struggle because they think they make offers based on what's valuable to them rather than what's valuable in the marketplace. Yeah. And they need to understand, okay, what's missing in the current marketplace right now with other businesses that are offering my services, the same services as me. What are they not doing that I can do for the clients? Like, what are the clients just are like, man, I wish I didn't have to do this one thing. Well, what if you did that for them or solved that problem for them and added it on as an extra bonus? And so stacking your offers, making an offer that is of true value for your prospects is the first step to being able to take over a marketplace and begin to start collecting way more cash.
So instead of just saying, come in, it's $15 a month, you can leave whenever you want, there's no accountability. We're going to do this training. It's $5.99. You have accountability, tax support, all these things, which are the actual problems that people need. And then that's why you're able to sell the high ticket stuff.
Yeah. So go an extra step further. So there's three things that I'll use this as an example. And for anyone that's listening, take this into your own business, right? Or your own realm and marketplace. So in fitness, for someone to transform their body, they need three things. They need fitness. So they need to be able to exercise. They need nutrition. They need to be able to eat right. And then number three is they need accountability. If you have one or two of those, you can see short-term results, but you're not going to see long-term results because we need all three to see long-term sustainable transformation. So in these challenges that our clients sell or any offer that they have all three of those together that are included in the front end offer. So fitness, they could come in, if it's a 6-week challenge, they come in 3 times a week for 6 weeks. So 18 workouts with a trainer, come in, they're fun, they're great, they're exciting. We do, some of them do a movement assessment prior and make sure that these workouts are tailored to you, whatever. Yeah. Then nutrition, it's like, cool. Nutrition is so broad. Like, what do we mean by nutrition? Well, how can we take away any questions that a client would have or a potential client would have and any problems that might come up? How can we solve them ahead of time? So first step is, well, nutrition, what do we mean? What am I supposed to eat? Great. Let's make a meal plan for them. So we tell them exactly what to eat. Well, cool. Now that I have a meal plan, how do I get that food? Like, how do I shop? I feel like I'm going to be at the store forever. Well, let's make you a shopping list. So you understand exactly what to buy, how much to buy. So you can be in the store no more than 30 minutes, or you can Instacart it and it'll be at your door in an hour. Right. Yeah. Then it's like, great. Now that I have the food, how do I cook it? Like, do you have any recipes or any meal prep guides? I know I need to meal prep. So like, how do I do? So we make a meal prep guide, how to meal prep all your meals for a week in less than 90 minutes. Then it's like, okay, cool. But what about extra recipes? Great. We got a recipe book with 42, 50 different recipes that you can use based on your meal plan, cater to what you have. Then it's like, well, I don't like to eat solid foods all the time. I want to have shakes. Well, great. Here's a shake guide that can show you all the recipes on how to make a shake. Well, I don't want to just eat at home. I got friends and I got a life. Well, how do I eat out? Well, here's an eating out guide on what to tell a waiter or waitress when they walk up to you at the restaurant so that you can stay on plan and keep losing weight and feeling amazing so that you don't have to sacrifice time with your friends, family, going out and all that stuff. So it's like, how do I think through all those things prior? And then on the flip side, on the accountability, on the last one, it's like, great, accountability. What does that actually mean? Well, there's 3 levels of it, but the primary thing for us is like, we want to make sure they have peer-to-peer, they have expert accountability, and then they have just the basic accountability that they have. So on the peer-to-peers, they're going to be in a group setting. So they're going to be working out with a group. They're going to be connected with a group. They're going to meet new people, and then we're going to connect them in a community on Facebook. Then it's like, expert accountability comes from the coaches, the trainers, the owners. How can I lead them? Like when you get to a roadblock, how do you get around that? Well, you want someone that's been there 1,000 times that knows exactly how to get around this and how to solve this problem so that you can keep moving forward and see results. Well, that's expert accountability. And then all the other stuff, the basic stuff is like just texting, creating a relationship and messaging them. So it's just any roadblocks that they have. So those 3 things together, we solved a ton of problems that no one has. If you go to Planet Fitness, you're just leasing access to a facility, right? Yeah. If I go to a personal trainer, I have the fitness and maybe a little bit of the accountability, but almost never do I have the nutrition. So like, cool, I'm working out as hard as I can, but I'm not losing weight, right? Or I go to a CrossFit gym and I just get fitness and community, but not really accountability, because like if I leave, they're not really going to text me or tell me that they miss me. But I have community because everyone suffers together, but they're not helping me with my nutrition. And it's not personalized to me. So all these things help.
It's interesting just to hear, and you read $100 million offers and you talk about value stacking, even during like $100 million leads event, like Alex, the huge buildup before he just dropped the course and everything for free. You could feel it. There's all these people out there. I don't know if this is like what he was trying to orchestrate, that just build up all this stuff and then they slap a $10,000 price tag on it and then they say no mercy, which I think that there is a market for that. But you value stack, and then it doesn't have to be free, but value is definitely exceeding price there because there is no price. But just even with what you're saying, $5.99, I'm trying to think that through, like, what am I getting? And then you're just listing it out for me. And then immediately, even with one or two of those things, it becomes a no-brainer. Okay, I'm in. And so there's no question why Gym Launch is crushing it. So I don't want to take up any more of your time. I know we got 3 minutes left. I do need to acknowledge you, though. You have been an incredible influence in my life, even though this is the first time I'm actually getting to speak to you. This is a check off the bucket list for sure. But I'm just I keep watching your stuff and appreciating you from afar, and just know that you're impacting my life and a lot of other people's lives, even if you've never met them or talked to them. And it's a huge thing. That's the beauty of the internet. So thank you for taking the time, man.
Alex, I really appreciate it, man. I'm really glad that you reached out and wanted to do this. And for anyone that's listening, if you do follow my stuff, or anyone really, like, if you just let them know, just shoot them a message and just be like, hey, just shoot them a message. Like, that means the world to me, because like, I'm out here making content and like just trying to share what I learned, because I also did the same thing that Alex, that you did. I got to sit next to Alex Hormozi and learn from him. And so I'm trying to repay that. And so if anyone does that's listening to this and they do follow me, or you follow someone else, shoot them a message. Tell them you really appreciate them. And I mean, it means a ton.
And where can we find you, Cale?
At Cale Owen, pretty much across all social platforms. So CaleOwen. You can find me on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, anywhere, Twitter. So
absolutely,
all across.
All right, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much.
Alex, thanks, man.
And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Cale has crushed it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.